The episodes in this playlist are presented to you in the form of an audiobook.
If you've ever had a person in your calls say, I want to work with you, but I would rather wait until I can pay the full amount up front, then this video is for you. Because what sounds like a reasonable decision is actually the most expensive mistake they can make, and most closers don't know how to show them why. So in this episode, I'm going to show you a fragment of one of our internal coaching calls where I help one of our students navigate this situation. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so I was wondering, sometimes I feel like people don't want to do a deposit because they tell me they tell me, yeah, I don't want to get in financial trouble, but I do 100% want to join. So I feel like it would be better for me to wait until I have everything to pay you up front.
Why would you get in financial trouble, brother? I don't understand that. Like, can you just role play with me? Can you break that down for me?
Well, I mean, who knows? I might have like an expense that comes out of nowhere, and I don't want to take the risk.
So how do you mean? How do you mean by that? I don't understand. So do you have any kind of funding set aside to actually invest in getting the right help so you can learn the skills, or there's no funding at all?
There is funding. It's just, not enough.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. Like that's why I'm here. That's on me. Do you know what I mean? So my job here is to help you out, do what you can with the resources that you have. If you want, of course, because we always have the door of just delaying and not taking action.
Mm-hmm.
That door is always there if you leave that open. But I mean, based on what we've covered in today's call, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I don't believe that I'm with you. I don't believe that the best thing you can do now is you just go minus 9K because you don't have 9K. And just trying to come out with 9K at all costs is going to put you in a very stressful, unnecessary situation. I agree. Like doing the full jump, not the best thing for you right now. But also because X and Y and Z that you want to be and you want to become, I also don't believe that the best thing you can do now is to walk down the no action door. Just do nothing. Because what is that going to do for you?
Nothing.
Do you agree? Do you agree doing nothing is not the best thing for you?
I do.
Right. So if there's a way in which we could do one step instead of one jump, would that put you in a more powerful and favorable position when it comes to building momentum towards your goals?
Yeah, I mean, one step is better than doing nothing.
But why though? Why is that though? Why do you feel that?
Because if I don't do anything, then I know where I'm going to end up. And if I take that first step, then at least I'm getting closer.
You're building a pattern. You're building a new habit of progress regardless of the circumstances. And that's what makes you unstoppable. So you ready to focus on step one and do some homework? Or what do we do here?
Let's do it one step at a time.
Let's do it, brother. Good job. You're doing great. Go. Boom.
Wow.
What
Thijs,
like
what do you got?
if I can help Enes out, what if you say,
Yeah, sure.
wouldn't you agree that doing nothing wouldn't be the best thing? And they tackle you with, no, I'm not going to do nothing. I will do everything in my power to get. I'm going to help Enes because I know that he will get in this situation sometime. Like, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm going to do everything I can to get the money. But this is all the money I have. And imagine something happens, and I have no money, and I'm in big trouble. So I find this important, but like living is more important. So I'm going to do everything I can to get the money sorted, but just doing the down payment today will be like all my money. So.
Oh, so you're asking me what do I do with that?
Yeah, because I think Enes might be having Enes is in the lower offer, so the amount of money that some people have might be all they have. So sorry, bro, I was getting into a role.
No. There's an important concept here that we all have to be on the same page, because otherwise it's not going to work, which is this. If we're going to make them put a deposit, and for this frame that I'm going to use for this frame to work, okay, with the deposit, there's got to be some sort of access so that they can do something. Because if it's just like a plain cold deposit and you're not going to receive anything, it's not going to work, because what I'm going to sell you on is on progress. I'm going to sell you on the concept of progress. So if you guys tell me, oh yeah, they can do something, then I can go with this frame. If no, I can't. I can go with that frame. I have to use something else. Okay, so that's important. So if there's a way in which, like, if they put a deposit, you guys can help them. Just do some homework, just do some training, something, then you can use it. And essentially, what I would do, based on what you just said, Thijs, is the same. It's the same, because what I'm gonna go for is I'm gonna go, hey, life and success is not about doing the things, doing the right things when conditions are perfect, when all the circumstances are aligned, because life doesn't work like that, right? It's all about doing what you can with the circumstance that you have. That's what success is all about. You know what I mean? It's like you're trying to optimize. You're trying to optimize for once everything is perfect, once I have the money, I will take action. But the reality is, like, life is never going to be a constant, perfect circumstance. It's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. And the reason why people never get successful is because they only take action and they only are ready to go when the planets align, when everything is conditions are perfect. So then they start, they stop, they start, they stop, they start, they stop, they start, they stop. They never build anything consistent. But if you always find a way to do 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, you are always building inertia, momentum. And that's what's going to eventually make you unstoppable. So it is like, and I would just go the same line.
Yeah, I do agree. I think that's a good one to confront them a little bit with that fact that they wait for the weather to be perfect, and that's the reason why they have never made any moves and any changes, because then the weather will never be perfect. And if it's perfect, they want to go outside and drink beers and wait for the rain to come again. And then, yeah, I do understand.
And you have to tell them, like, hey, the rain will come. That's why when we ask an urgency question, when we ask in Discovery an urgency question, like, but why now though? Why this is something important to you now? If they tell you, oh, right now is a good time because I'm on vacation, that's a bad answer. Because they're saying the circumstances are good. Oh, so then that means that when the circumstances are bad, it's not going to be a good time to work on yourself, on your goals, or whatever. Are you going to? So your answer is depending on the circumstance. That's a bad answer. Besides you're on vacation, why is actually this important to you, Levi? Go on.
Well, I do agree with what you say, but I never really confront the prospects with it. If they say to me like, yeah, man, I'm on the 2 months off from work, or I'm going to travel in Thailand for 6 weeks, or this is perfect, I always say to them, and I don't know if that's a bad thing, then I always say, like, just to give them more energy, I say, man, that's amazing, because normal students with us, they work full time, they don't have all the time. But since you're going to do that, I'm 100% sure you'll be one of like the top students since you have all the time. And then they are like more excited, you know? That's what I always say when someone says something like that to me.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Like, I'm not saying that we should challenge every time someone gives us a bad answer in an urgency question. I'm not saying that we should always challenge them, but at least we should know that is not a good answer. Just take the full context. If everything makes sense, the guy is just like good, and we have more leverage and more reasons for the person to be in the buying pocket than not. Then we're not going to sort of like to open up a file here for 20 minutes just because we have to have the whole context.
Yeah.
Right. So if the person is just like giving me bad North Star, not giving me problems, it's like him and hum here, not really, it's just like there's all kinds of red flags. And I'm never going to challenge that way. This is just sort of like internally. I would never going to say, oh, that's a concern to me. I would probably say, okay, that's good. That's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's a good reason. But within you, besides the fact that you're going to have 60 weeks on vacation, why this is actually important to you? Because some people have vacation and they don't do anything about their goals. Just trying to look for something a little bit more emotional, more deep.
Yeah, a little bit misunderstood what you meant, but now I understand perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That was good. Thijs, Thijs, Anas, did I answer the question?
Yeah. But I think it was helpful as well to dive one bit deeper into it, right? To dive
Yeah,
into
and if they
good
say
or bad
that's all
weather.
I have, yeah, and if they say, look, if they say, yeah, that's all I have, and if something happens, like I don't know, then you just tell them, hey, guy, hey, just so you know, we would never want to put you in a bad spot. We don't want to play with your food on the table. That's not what I'm here for. Like if you put in $2,000 down, it's just gonna make you live in survival mode and just constantly, fight or flight. I'll be the first one to tell you, don't do that. That's not healthy for you. We're talking about how much can you put down so that you can do one step today.
Yeah.
And because with the deposit that we receive, they don't actually take like a first step. Maybe I missed that, but in what way would you tackle it then if they're not able to, make a first step using a deposit?
It's still a first step, NS. Even though they don't get access.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay.
You have to look at it that way because they're taking one step to committing, but then coming back much faster. Someone who's committed, who already put down money and has that pain, will do more to collect all the money to come back to you than someone who does not. So it is a first step towards their goals.
They have to cross the mental barrier of purchasing something, like of investing in themselves, even if it's €1.
Yeah.
It's
I would say
working towards
it's
something.
like a promise towards themselves and towards us that they're serious, a commitment. Yeah.
Exactly.
And if
Exactly.
that's enough, you can always say that you will help them out with the next steps and just register a business with them or just send them a book or do something. You can just make something up, right?
Yeah.
You throw yourself into the deal.
Yeah. That you will be
Yeah.
the coach until they have a coach and they will probably never ask you anything except, can I get my money back?
And then you say, no.
I had one more question, by the way, that ties into the urgency that we were talking about. So sometimes when I ask them why now, they're like, why delay? Like, why wouldn't I do it now? Why do it later? Do you think that's a good answer, Paulo?
I mean, it's something. It's better than nothing.
But it's not amazing, right?
Yeah. So it's like, no, I'm with you 100%. But you will be surprised how many people think the opposite. So I guess why this is so important to you now, like beyond that, like that's the great answer, brother. But beyond that, for you personally, internally, why do you feel now is the moment to start actually walking towards your goals? Let's say just probe deeper.
Or couldn't you say as well, yeah, I do understand, but then why didn't you start a month ago? In a sense, right? Paulo, do you agree?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
makes today different than the last few weeks if you feel this way? Like that you feel, yeah, why not now? Why didn't you feel this way last few months, maybe?
Why not 3 months ago or 3 months from now? You know, it's the same. Yeah. It's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's just going one layer deeper. Just one layer deeper there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that is it for this episode. If you like it, smash the like button. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next one.